वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां बुद्धिय तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Again, warm welcome everyone in this study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The study is to keep us on the excellence path always. This is a journey which will keep us always on the excellence path. For Arjuna, Krishna is evolving him beyond limits, beyond destination. And study of Bhagavad Gita should make us, the realization should be not that I've become a teacher. No, it should be like, okay, I have become a student now, or I wish I desire to become a student. One who is a student is always safe. Uh, One who is a student, no pressure. One who is a learner, no pressure, always safe. And yeah, I mean, we commit mistakes. What to do now? We are human beings. We commit mistakes, and even then, we become conditioned devotees. We commit mistakes, and Krishna consciousness frees us because in uh, first of all, love is pure only. From the point of view of transcendence, love is pure. But because we live in a mundane world where there is goodness, passion, ignorance, and all, so we have to say pure love or this and that, like that. So where there is love, there is scope for mistakes. It's not like in love, no mistake, no. So this is why Krishna consciousness is not about right or wrong. Uh, so there is scope for mistakes. Fine. It is about appreciating the love of Krishna, appreciating the love of devotees. Krishna consciousness in nutshell is glorifying the glories of glorifying the uh, devotional element, devotional sentiment, devotional surrender of devotees. That is a very high level of Krishna consciousness. See, this world, we struggle with glorification. We really struggle with glorification. We we can easily find fault in someone. We can easily curse someone. That comes a bit more quick, instantaneous, natural to us. But to glorify someone is very difficult for us. And in world, where do we get opportunities? Even if someone's birthday, we do not get an opportunity to glorify that person on his or her birthday. No? Or in normal societal dealings, wedding, other occasions, don't take much of an opportunity but in to glorify someone. But in devotional life, devotees always look for this opportunity to see any good and magnify and glorify. And only a person whose heart is kind and gentle and lightweight, pure, only he or she can glorify. Someone with a heavy heart cannot see good in others, cannot glorify, cannot appreciate. So the whole practice of Krishna consciousness is to make our hearts simple altogether, smooth, simple, light. So with this aim and aspiration, that with this prayer that I be the first listener of the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, uh, I ever remain indebted to the blessings what Krishna consciousness has brought in my life, devotee blessings what has come across in my life. And it is a For myself, the whole is to understand myself to become a devotee of Krishna. So with this prayer, mood and aspiration, if I can throughout the rest of my life appreciate the devotion amongst devotees, devotion and surrender for Krishna amongst devotees, that would be a big, big blessing. So with this prayer, mood and inspiration, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11. Yesterday we did 33 number, but I feel like we'll continue from 33 today. Huh? तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भुङ्क्ष्य राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्येव एते नियतपूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचेन. Okay, Anuja, read translation, just translation.
Therefore, get up, prepare to fight, and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
So, a question now, is there, I mean, hearing this, is there anything left for Arjuna to not fight or any worry? Do you think if Arjuna had not fought the war, the outcome would have changed, or Krishna had not managed to kill the other parties and all without Arjuna participating? Such a high level of assurance Krishna is giving to Arjuna that the plan is already there. If Krishna plans something, if Krishna has desired something, no one can check it, no one can stop it. Chaitanya Charitamrita we see, right? Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. So if Krishna is planned or desired, it is going to happen. We just need to become an instrument in the desire, in the will, in the plan of Krishna. One thing is to know someone, another thing is to know someone's heart, someone's desire, uh, and make space in the person's heart, in the person's desire. Krishna wanted this war to happen, and he's assuring Arjuna that you just be an instrument in the fight. Everything is already laid out. So, what loss is there? What loss is there for Arjuna to not fight? Nothing. He's showing the future as well and telling this. And even if see Krishna always has plan A, B, C, he has answer for everything. Krishna is all capable, all powerful, na? So doesn't matter whatever my problem is, how big a problem it could be. Currently, I could be in a big, whatever big or small problem. But if I am Krishna conscious, if I am doing japa, uh, then no. See, problems again we were discussing. Problems appear, problems appear as problems, and problems trouble us only when I'm not in bhajane or when I'm not in devotional service, when I'm not carrying the devotional attitude, sentiment, when I'm not doing reading, hearing, chanting. But if I'm doing reading, hearing, chanting, then howsoever big the problem may be, it won't really trouble us. So when Kirtan begins, problem stops. And it is not like we get the conviction, we get the strength, the devotee gets the conviction and the strength to deal with the problem, not to live or give away the problem or to come kind of escape from the problem. In this purport only Prabhupada is saying, right, that Arjuna is not like he didn't want to fight, and feeling frustrated. That is not the thing. So all we want is to become. And what is Krishna? There is no like we are not asked to go and fight or anything. The only thing is how we can stabilize our mind, how we can keep a cool head, cool, calm mind, gentle heart, and the two, if they are nicely tuned, wow, all that awaits is bliss and peace only. So there is no reason for Arjuna to not fight. Such a high level of assurance. Likewise, for us practicing Krishna consciousness, we will find assurance. It is not like problems will not come. Problems will come, and what we would honestly, what devotees will okay, one problem came and gone off, fine. This is all for my purification. Because of my karmic reaction only, I am getting this. Huh? Because of my own bad karma, I'm getting this. And now Krishna is healing me. So my karmic account is becoming even more less now. It's becoming more light, which will give me more further strength to practice Krishna consciousness more strongly. And one of the symptoms of the working of this world is one who is the mediator na, he is only blamed. Just like we see ना शादी कराते हैं कोई, अब जिसने रिश्ता बताया उसी को ज्यादातर देखते हैं ना. So like someone came up, helped us to get married, boy and girl to get married, and he introduced the boy and the girl, say. Now the person who introduced the boy and the girl, either he gets a good credit or wow, you got us right, made us the right connection. Hmm? Or like, oh, what did you do? And whosoever becomes an instrument for Krishna, then only glory awaits him, only glory. There are two things. Now, if we want to live with acceptance, then we should become an instrument. But if we want to live with expectation, then we are in doer mode. Yeah. So doer mode will keep us in expectation because I consider myself to be the doer, na. So I expect the result as well. But if I'm an instrument acting in the will of Krishna, the result is there. Result is confirmed, it is there. I just have to act as an instrument in the will of Krishna. Then I accept the result. And motivation, now someone may question, right? That how do you find motivation? If you're not the doer, if you're acting as an instrument, how do you find the motivation? Well, similar example what we discussed yesterday, Prabhupada shares in his writings, teachings in his classes, right? That a soldier, he fights for his nation, his country, na. So that motivation, that nation's pride, homeland, motherland's pride is there in the soldier. That is the highest motivation. Sports star we see, they play for their country. And we see sports stars saying, well, I play for my country. What bigger motivation do I need than this? Likewise, I love Krishna. I'm engaged in Krishna's service. I'm going to work because I love Krishna. Uh, I'm cooking for Krishna and all. What bigger, higher motivation do we need? And in theory, this may sound good and this should sound good. Hopefully, it is appeals us. And then furthermore, it has to be practicalized. And for anything to practicalize, it takes a bit of a time. It takes a bit of an adjustment. One thing in this world, adjustment is the name of the game. Definitely. Adjustment is the name of the game. Who has learned to adjust with results, with situations, circumstances, say, uh, he's growing. Material world means making adjustment. समझौता समाधान है ना. Compromise. Material world means compromise, making compromises. No real solution, no real resolve, compromises. What solution have we found? We are just compromising. So adjustment. So we adjust ourselves with condition, situation. It is all external. It is all a thing of the mind. Magnification of the mind, magnifying the mind. The mind likes to magnify the problem very much. It likes to tell us, oh, there's a problem, and then contemplate from different visions and magnify the problem. And likewise, mind likes to make us contemplate on happiness. Oh, look, this will make me so happy, that will make me so happy, and contemplate and further. So we learn tolerance, we learn adjustment without being disturbed. Learning adjustment without being disturbed means okay, natural tolerance, natural patience, then one has developed it. And it comes by practice. No, it comes by practice. For practice, inspiration is needed, some self-driven inspiration, some result, immediate say, or from the practice, and then furthermore continuous inspiration is needed. This is why na nashta prayasho bhadrasho nityam bhagavata sevaya. Regular study of Bhagavatam, regular study of Krishna consciousness, nityam, daily, regular, daily, and within day, as many hours, minutes we can give. Surely, in our sadhana, we should give 1 hour daily reading, 1 hour listening, japa, then we will see ourselves growing. So, if we want to really relish life, we can relish live free spirit when we are acting as an instrument in the hand of the Lord. Otherwise, we become an instrument in the hand of Maya. We are so tiny. In our power capacity, we are very tiny. In front of Krishna, we are tiny. In front of Maya, we are tiny. Currently, we are overpowered by Maya. So we are very tiny. So which means what? We are anyways puppet in the hands of either Krishna or of Maya. Now choice is ours. Do I want to transform myself from Maya consciousness to Krishna consciousness? Eh? Being an instrument in the hands of Maya or being an instrument in the hands of Krishna. It's a gradual transformation. It can take a long time, but the time can be made short as well, depending on my attitude, depending on my inspiration, my hunger, desire, how I am taking association. Yeah. And we can see the result. Something on our part also has to be done, which is like desire, willingness, sincerity, genuineness to make efforts. It's not like oh not works. No, if we put in effort, if we apply the process works definitely. Process works, and there's learning all the way throughout learning. So blessed are those in this world who have become an instrument, just like the soldier. A soldier is an instrument in the hands of the government of the country. So he's authorized to fight, to kill. Mm. Also, he's not authorized to shoot within the country a civilian or someone. So if we live under authority, we will find ourselves very peaceful. Currently, we all are living under authority, currently heavily by our mind. And this is why mantra meditation, to deliver the mind, to manage the mind. Mantra meditation. Mantra we understand, right? Mantra means manastrayate iti mantra, that which delivers the mind, that which releases the mind from any anxiety, that which uplifts the mind, that which transcends the mind from ignorance to complete real knowledge, to immortality. So mantra meditation, meditating on the sound vibration, on the spiritual sound vibration. then we will find real peace, clarity, charm, things coming about. So, time, practice, sincerity, and detachment is very vital, very key. If I cannot detach myself, I cannot practice, I will struggle. Huh. It's like, okay, I've done my japa and then again I go to say Netflix. I've done my japa and then again I go to um, some other things. I've done my japa and then again I go to watching this or watching that, WhatsApping, so many things, internet shopping. So wouldn't. And naturally, if I focus on japa, we see Krishna consciousness and in life as well, we cannot afford to be not solution driven. We always have to be solution driven. So this is the solution. Whatever encouragement, inspiration, push we can find, we can take, we should take it. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? And again, as always, if you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, anytime cut me out and speak, please. Huh? So let us see next. द्रोणं च भीष्मं च जयद्रं जयद्रथं च कर्णं तथा अन्त्य तथान्यान् अपि योद्धवीरान् मया हतां स्वां जहि मा व्यवस्थितां युद्धस्य जेतासि रणे सप्तमम्. I shall read.
Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but He is so kind and merciful to His devotees that He wants to give the credit to His devotees who carry out His plan according to His desire. Life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of a spiritual master. The plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by His mercy, and the plans of the devotees are as good as His plans. One should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle.
Beautiful translation and purport. Huh? Purpose are so sweet, so sweet. See, this is why Bhagavad Gita, na, it is like sugar candy. Huh? Any part, anywhere we see, anything, anywhere, anyone starts off from chapter 11. Do you think he will not find fascination and amazing learning in Bhagavad Gita? Anywhere one starts. So Prabhupada's purpose, they are the heart and soul, the realizations of a pure devotee. Na? Look, pure devotee is giving commentary, and he is given commentaries of all eight acharyas, the essence um, of all the commentaries of all the acharyas. He has compiled in essence and written it in a way that we dull-head people of this day and age can actually read and find so much of sense and inspiration. Purports are very simple, very relatable, very pure, very genuine, powerful, full of transcendental knowledge. Uh, Bhagavad Gita's message, it has the potency to touch our heart. Not just touch our, actually not touch our heart, to penetrate our heart altogether. The study of Bhagavad Gita is such that the practice of Krishna consciousness is such that I will smile when I'm supposed to be crying. It will make me smile or laugh when I'm supposed to be crying. Or even if I cry, the cry will be very different. The cry will be very different. Throughout, we should be remembering Krishna. And this will come about when we start chanting, reading, hearing. We would be amazed how causeless mercy this is of devotees that we are in the path of practicing Krishna consciousness. Such huge, huge revelations in the purports. And see, many times it happens, right? Sometimes, like exam, the paper is leaked. Imagine paper is leaked. Imagine an interview is leaked. Imagine a contract is leaked. है ना? A government agreement memorandum is leaked and all. So this is what Krishna is doing here. He is leaking the exam paper for Arjuna. He has leaked it, saying what? Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight. Hmm? Krishna has leaked the exam paper for Arjuna. He's telling him what is going to come, and this is the result, this is the answer. Arjuna just need to sign signature. That's it. He just need to be a witness. Krishna needs someone to to put a name to the face. Huh? This is the symptom of one who is magnanimous, one who is very kind-hearted, magnanimous, Audar, na? He doesn't want to keep any credit for himself. He wants to give out credit, wants to give out credit. So Krishna wants to give out credit, all credit to Arjuna. That Arjuna, you just be the face in the war. Rest, leave it to me. We see I've seen like in India in some marriages and all, in families, generally sometimes say it is seen, okay, the say the girl's mother or say the girl's father is not very functioning so smart and actively in societal sense, and struggles to keep money nicely. Say is girl's dad say is struggles to keep hold of money nicely, just spends money here and there and is not punctual and all. But if someone in the family takes a role and just says that you have to be just a face, I will tell you where to come, when to come, how much to give, how much to whom, and you just bring your hand forward and give that money. That is what Krishna is asking Arjuna, that you don't have to do any hard labor, Arjuna. No thinking is required, no much brain, nothing. And that doesn't mean that individuality is taken and all. No. When we are in love, we want to understand the desire of my beloved, say, and act according to desire. And I want to apply all my intelligence, all my faculty, all my capacity in understanding the desire, channelizing the desire, and fulfilling that desire. And yet, Krishna, see, if Arjuna, Krishna just wants him to fight to the best of his ability. Krishna is not going to tell him that, oh, you made a mistake here, there, no. That is what, na? Just simplicity is needed. Simplicity. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? So let us see 35. Sanjay Vacha. Okay, 35 we have Soumya as well, na? So Soumya maybe can read, Anuradha Mataji can read. Sanjay Vacha etat shrutra vachanam keshavasya kritanjalirvepamana kirti namaskritva bhuya eva krishnam sagad gadam bhita bhita pranamya. Anuradha Mataji, read if you can. Okay, Lucy, read.
Sanjaya said to
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to the Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows. As we have already explained, because of the situation created by the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus, he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again, and with faltering voice he began to pray, not as a friend but as a devotee in wonder. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows.
So now, seeing this, Arjuna is going to respond, and he's going to respond. And again, like he's so much in awe, so much in wonder. And we'll see what his response is, what emotions would come about. Again, Bhagavad Gita is such a message, na? I mean, when we start off, we do not expect, like, okay, we imagine or think that yes, something spiritual will know. But we can never assimilate, comprehend, or say that this is the limit. I can know more, no more beyond this. No, sky is the limit, or it is limitless. Bhagavad Gita, na? Is limitless. The message, the knowledge in Krishna consciousness. So, what all emotions can come? We don't know how much actually love we are carrying, honestly, in our heart. What is our real strength and potential? We are very unaware of it. How much love, care, concern, simplicity we are carrying actually. We do not know. It is there. It just needs uncovering, unearthing. So let us see what Arjuna's emotions, what he responds, what he goes through. Arjun Uvacha Sthane Rishikesh Tava Prakritya Jagat Preshirishtiya Anurjayate Cha Rakshasmi Bhitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sangha. Okay. Anuja, read translation purport.
Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Purport. Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of the battle of Kurukshetra, became enlightened, and as a great devotee and a friend of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said that everything done by Krishna is quite fit. Arjuna confirmed that Krishna is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirables. His actions are equally good for all. Arjuna understood herein that when the battle of Kurukshetra was being concluded, in outer space there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligentsia of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because Krishna was present there. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigods took pleasure in it, but others, who were demons and atheists, could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheists is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done.
Hmm. There's a book, Mukundmala Stotra, again Stotra na, in poetry form, very sweet, amazing book. I like it, love it personally. Um, King Kulashekara's prayers are there in that book. He was the king in south of India, a very, very nice king, and then poetic, all the stotra written. So Prabhupada gave commentary in that book for first six shlokas, if I remember correct, for first six stotras, and I think there are in total 53. And the rest his disciples done commentary because Prabhupada then moved from Mukund Mala Stotra to writing Srimad Bhagavatam commentary or some other books commentary or but anyways that book like it gives so lucid and attractive and pleasing and soothing and calming and joyous. See again practicing Krishna consciousness we'll find ourselves short of these adjectives and qualities to glorify Krishna. So the the translations are so beautiful, and the purports of that book Mukundamala Stotra. If Krishna permits, like if Krishna blesses, then hopefully one day we desire. We should, in practicing Krishna consciousness, we should never be short of desiring. We should desire. Yes, I would like to read Bhagavatam cover to cover. Why not? And we should be reading Bhagavatam cover to cover. We are reading now Bhagavad Gita, right? And hopefully Krishna's blessings one day will read it cover to cover. Uh, we read Bhagavatam as well cover to cover, Chaitanya Chaitamrit cover to cover, Ishopanishad, nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion, Brahma Samhita, uh, Mukundmala Stotra, cover to cover. So beautiful stotras in there, beautiful translation purport on the holy name and in general Krishna's beauty. Okay, overall Krishna consciousness. So as here Arjuna is saying, right, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. See, we see not so much nowadays, but like when monarchy or kings and also the king, he used to be woken up, or the prince would wake up listening to nice music. Someone would be playing music, very soothing, calming, and then as soon as king, prince, queen, they wake up, they are glorified. Flowers are petals, rose petals, flowers are showered kind of on the way. Everything like that. So upon thinking of Krishna, hearing of Krishna, his wonderful name, and devotees become so nourished. They become very joyful and nourished and naturally find their attraction. And this is the nature of a kind hearted, saintly person. He will see the beauty of God, beauty of Krishna, hand of Krishna everywhere in his life and would never complain and glorify Krishna throughout. And one who has not found his resolve in Krishna yet, or rather one who is very demoniac, offending mentality. He cannot appreciate anything good. So, see, it is the same Krishna here, Arjuna there in the battlefield. But some see Krishna as a thunderbolt, and some are seeing Krishna as such a kind, gentle personality. So, things is like even when Krishna was present, the demons were there, And it is not like that demonic mentality went off altogether, no. And also when Krishna was present, it's not like everyone became a devotee. So we should not, ourselves as well, we should not pressurize. First of all, we are not the one who is making devotees. It is pure devotees mercy only which we are trying to attract, and it's pure devotees mercy which helps attract Krishna's mercy. And then super soul residing in the heart of the other person inspires him to practice Krishna consciousness. That is the process. The mercy of a pure devotee of Krishna uh, attracts Krishna's mercy, and that mercy then goes into the heart of the person who is receiving book or the holy name or prasadam. And Krishna residing as super soul helps him, inspires that jiva entity to practice devotional service, uh, revives his Krishna consciousness. So I should never think that, okay, yeah, come, I will make you a devotee. A 6 month course and I will make you a devotee. No, we just want ourselves to be used by Krishna. Yes. See, this mouth, na, if at all, it can be used as a mouthpiece. As a mouthpiece, loudspeaker to only glorify Krishna and devotees. That would be the best thing. The whole body like that, every faculty, every existence. So Krishna, when he was present, not everyone became a devotee. So we shouldn't be this like, because pressure comes when I consider myself to be the doer, na. So I should not entertain that. Oh, I'm the doer and I will make you a devotee. I've become the temple president now. I will make devotees now. I'm this and that. No, it is to our humility and knowledge. First of all, to feel inspired myself. First of all, or always to be Krishna conscious myself. And then, yes, if I can be a source of inspiration for anyone else, would be a big blessing, would be a big blessing. Krishna, when he was young, when he entered from Vrindavan to Mathura, he went because he was like Kamsa arranged this thing. Okay, so Krishna went to see Kamsa, and then Mathura they entered. Krishna and Balram they both entered in the arena where a wrestling match was arranged. So seeing them enter, now some the wrestlers they were seeing Krishna as a thunderbolt. Harsha, you can bring up Bhagavatam 10:43-17. Uh, Bhagavatam 10:43-17. Canto 10:43, chapter text 17. So Krishna, when he was entering the wrestling arena in Mathura with his elder brother Balram. So the wrestlers they saw Krishna and they saw him as thunderbolt. Then the local people Mathuravasi, they saw him like as one of their own relatives. Hmm. Others, the Brajvasis, they saw him as their young boy, as their dependent young child, young boy. uh, and uh, the women there, they were finding him so attractive, so beautiful, so attractive. And Kamsa, he was seeing him as death personified, so fearful. Other demonic kings, they were seeing uh, text 17. Other demonic kings, they were seeing Krishna as he has come to punish us altogether. And the yoga person, those who are transcendentalists or yogis, they were seeing Krishna as like Param Yogi, ultimate destination, like that. Chapter 43, text 17, chapter 43. Earlier it was fine, that chapter only. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 43, and text 17. So everyone was seeing Krishna very differently. Mala namasninam naravara strinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajano satam shitibhujam Shasta swapitro shishu मृत्युर्भोजपते विरादविदुषां तत्त्वं परं योगिनां वृष्णीनां परदेवतेति विदितो रङ्गं गतस आग्रज है ना रंगम प्लेटफॉर्म गत entering Sir Agraja along with Agraja elder brother. So Lucy read just translation, only translation. Huh?
Various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers saw Krishna as a lightning bolt, the men of Mathura as the best of males, the women as Cupid in person, the cowherd men as their relative, the impious rulers as a chastiser, his parents as their child, the king of the Bodhas as death, the unintelligent as the supreme Lord's universal form, the yogis as the absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity.
Hmm. So as we say, like Karuna Bhavan, the temple room, hundreds and hundreds of thousands uh, people in general, devotees, uh, have walked in and walked out of the temple room, taken darshan of the deities. But not everyone takes the darshan of the deities in that vision, in that consciousness. No? Likewise, Krishna was also present, but then everyone is seeing Krishna so differently, so differently. So how do we see Krishna as he is? This is the challenge, and this is the what human life is for. To understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, to read Bhagavad Gita as it is, to practice Krishna consciousness as it is, to understand and love Krishna as he is. And this will come about only when we associate with devotees. When we try to see Krishna as he is, there won't be any miscommunication, any confusion in lives, no, nothing. And this is what na, in Bhagavad Gita, just this translation, Arjuna is saying, everyone hearing your name is becoming joyful and very attached to you. And all the saintly people are paying their respectful homage to you. And all the miscreants, the demons, they are afraid and fleeing from you here and there. So, based on our consciousness, mm, I can see based on my consciousness. So, it is a journey of consciousness. Development or advancement is of consciousness, not of physical matter. It is not a growth of growing in body weight, body size, body height, and all. No, these are all externals. Head, hair, it's all material, all external. Real growth, real development is of consciousness, and consciousness meaning of our appraisal, of our appreciation, of our emotion, of our love for Krishna and his devotees. That is real advancement. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? कस्माच्चतने नमेरन्महात्मन् गरीष्ये ब्रह्मणोऽपि आदिकर्त्रे अनन्तदेवस्य जगन्निवास त्वमक्षरं सदसत्तत्परं यत् हर्षा जी पढ़िए Text 37. Huh? So this is why Srila Rupa Goswami writes in the Nectar of Instruction in the preface. Prabhupada writes of Nectar of Instruction. Beautiful thing. Settles down almost everything. What he writes, advancement in the practice of Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. It all depends on the attitude, on my attitude. What my consciousness level, my mindset, how I am associating with devotees. Problem to Problems are there everywhere. Living in temple, do you think there is no problem? There is problems. Living in temple as well, living outside of temple. Yeah. Going out on book distribution or not going out on book distribution. Problem is everywhere. Help is also everywhere. If there is problem, there is help also, there is solution as well. Depending on the attitude of the performer. Advancement in Krishna consciousness. So what attitude am I building? Na? I may be going in and out of the temple room daily, but what attitude am I building? How do I see the deities? What is my understanding of the deities' relationship? Do I see them as statues made of marble? Uh, or do I see them as personalities? And this is whole Krishna consciousness, the practice, the every minute detail in the practice is to help us revive our pure love for Krishna and come to our original identity and original spiritual body. Harshaji, read translation purpose.
O Great One, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless One, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. By this offering of obeisances, Arjuna indicates that Krishna is worshipable by everyone. He is all pervading and he is the soul of every soul. He is all pervading and he is the soul of every soul. Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Mahatma, which means that he is the most magnanimous and unlimited. Ananta indicates that there is nothing which is not covered by the influence and energy of the Supreme Lord. And Devasa means that he is the controller of all demigods and is above them all. He is the shelter of the whole universe. Arjuna also thought that it was fitting that all the perfect living entities and powerful demigods offer their respectful obeisances unto him, because no one is greater than him. Arjuna specially mentions that Krishna is greater than Brahma, because Brahma is created by him. Brahma is born out of the lotus stem grown from the navel abdomen of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who is Krishna's plenary expansion. Therefore, Brahma and Lord Shiva, who is born of Brahma, and all other demigods must offer their respectful obeisances. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that the Lord is respected by Lord Shiva and Brahma and similar other demigods. The word Aksharam is very significant because this material creation is subject to destruction, but the Lord is above this material creation. He is the cause of all causes, and being so, he is superior to all the conditioned souls within this material nature, as well as the material cosmic manifestation itself. He is therefore the all great supreme. O Great One, greater even than Brahma, You are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
Yeah. The study of Bhagavad Gita, the practice of Krishna consciousness, will bring a smile in our face. This world lacks in smile, uh, or people laugh. Yeah, people do laugh, but then the the basis of that laugh is not very pure or healthy. Krishna consciousness practice and teachings will put a very genuine, sweet, honest smile in our face. Something which is sweet, something which is peaceful, something which is simple. The beauty of it is not comparable. And our heart is like that, exactly like that. But it's just we have lost ourselves. We are living in a lost world, say. We are living very much in misidentification crisis. So here, Arjuna, look, is Arjuna leaving any scope behind for us to not understand Krishna? So many ways, Arjuna and Krishna, they both are helping us to become a devotee. Is it not? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna, an eternal associate, pure devotee of Krishna, and the Guru Parampara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Parampara, all the way from Krishna, and Srila Prabhupada in the Guru Parampara, and the Parampara is still continuing the succession. And the message is the same throughout, the desire is the same throughout, for all of us to become a pure devotee of Krishna, for all of us to imbibe the practice of Krishna consciousness. Look, when I was first introduced to Krishna consciousness by the devotees, later on I like this word practice. So devotees like, do you practice Krishna consciousness or not? And this is what no one who practices, he is becoming a devotee. Without practice, has anyone become anything? So it is not like a rubber stamping sort of thing. uh, Like uh, someone may study to become a doctor, okay, and he has studied to become a doctor, and he practiced also, say for 2 years, 5 years, but then quit practicing and went on to doing what? YouTubing. The many do now YouTubing. So he went on to doing YouTubing and speaking about some education, science education, how the education should be reformed. Now, can we call him actually a practicing doctor? The title may still be there. He's a doctor. But can I actually trust to see him for any surgery or things like that? Huh? He may have some theoretical, now one may argue, theoretical knowledge is there, Google is there and all. But what I mean to say is, if not practicing, how can we call him a doctor? There are many in India we see, right? Studied chartered accountancy, but they don't work as chartered accountant. They do their own business or some other job, something, but they don't do any more chartered accountancy job or role. So, but study. So, can I go to them for some advice or some financial matters? No, no. Someone who is practicing. So, Krishna consciousness means like when we imbibe, when we take this into our practice, bring it in our life slowly, steadily, though it be gradually, but when we put it into practice on a daily basis, and it is all for us to real see, helping us, Krishna is helping us understand the value of this human form of life. We should not lose this chance, should not lose this opportunity. The value of human form of life, and whatever we have, whatever my external situation be, from this time onwards, anyone and everyone can become Krishna conscious, can become Krishna conscious. Especially if we have come across devotees, if we have heard of Bhagavad Gita, if we have read Bhagavad Gita, if we have heard of the japa, the holy name, है ना? we should we should not hold back, go a bit more advanced. What is there to lose? Nothing to lose as such. And gain, it could be multifolds beyond imagination. So, seeing this translation purport, a pure devotee of Krishna, Lord Krishna himself, Prabhupada, Acharyas, present spiritual masters, everyone engaged in Guru Parampara, they all are so much helping, assisting, praying. See, if we come in the fold of this Guru Parampara, how much power will be there? Because we are connected to such a strong chain of powerhouse of pure devotees. Do you think Krishna will not look after us? Definitely. Definitely. If we are connected in the right mood, in the right spirit, in the right culture, in the right etiquette, in the right succession, from the right source. See, milk, it comes in Vedic literature, we see milk is milk, but if it is uh, being drunk, say, or it has been tasted by a serpent, then that very milk becomes poisonous. uh, So the source, so if we are connected to the right source and Bhagavad Gita as it is practicing, trying to practice Krishna consciousness as it is, trying to read Bhagavad Gita as it is, understand the message as it is, then we'll see Krishna as he is, simply beautiful and lovable. This is the compassion of all acharyas, devotees, such selfless service upon us. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Let's see next then. त्वमादिदेव पुरुषपुराणस्त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं वेत्सि वेद्यं च परं च धाम तत्त्याय ततं विश्वम् अनन्तरूपम्. Lucy, read.
You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Everything is resting on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, He is the ultimate rest. Nidanam means that everything, even the Brahman effulgence, rests on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He is the knower of everything that is happening in the world. And if knowledge has any end, He is the end of all knowledge. Therefore, He is the known and the knowable. He is the object of knowledge because He is all pervading, because He is the cause in the spiritual world. He is transcendental. He is also the chief personality in the transcendental world. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the spiritual modes, a limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you.
Yeah, Krishna is the beginning, the middle, the end. Seeing these translations and purports, such lucid and clear clarity on the absolute truth, the absolute reality on God. Yeah. Who is God? What are the traits and qualities of God? What does He do? What does He not do? What does He like? What does He not like? So much. There is no dearth of knowledge in Vedic literature. Our human form of life will fall short. There is no dearth of knowledge and clarity. provided just little bit if I have sincerity, interest, faith, desire, and if I am in the right company, then nothing is away. If there is any end of knowledge, the end has to be Krishna. So all pervading, all pervading. So in the practice of Krishna consciousness, there is no fear or worry. It is not a fear-based practice. It is not a duty-based practice. So we should not make it a fear-based practice or duty-based practice or some material mundane desire-based practice. It is a love-based practice. And in order to love someone, it is good to know someone. The more we know Krishna, the more we fall in love with him. And the more we love Krishna, the more we want to know him, the more we know him, then pure proper cycle. In material world, the more I love someone, the more I know him, the more I generally find again fault with him, or the more I see problems with him. In material world, I can never love anyone more. No, no, impossible. Yeah, it has its limitations. And in pure Krishna consciousness, it is always expanding beyond limitation. I mean, just see again what we are doing, trying to read Bhagavad Gita, translation, purport, and discuss. We are discussing Krishna, Arjun, Prabhupada, pure devotional, service, bhakti. And what are we finding? So much of nourishment and saturation. So, whole practice of Krishna consciousness is to free myself from self obsession. Birds can fly only when they open their wings, right, and give themselves to the sky. So when we give ourselves to Krishna, we will fly without worries. So human life is an opportunity we all are wanting to give ourselves, and there's such a high joy when I give myself to someone. The joy of surrender, the joy of giving myself to someone, the joy that someone claims that yes, that I am his or hers. That joy. Krishna is also relishes that joy. He tells to in ninth canto 9.463 we see Shrimad Bhagavatam. Aham Bhakta Paradino. Okay, Harsha, please share your screen. Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text 63. 9.463. This is Krishna saying to Durvasa Muni in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Sage, a Brahmana, a saintly person. And this is what Krishna tells to the sage. The sage comes to see Krishna, asking for shelter, asking for forgiveness. So, and Krishna is saying to him, Aham Bhakta Paradino, He Aswatantra Iva Dvija, Sadhu Bir Grasta Hridayo, Bhaktir Bhakta Jana Priya. Oh my God, fascinating. Aham Bhakta Paradino. Bhakta is devotee. Paradino is like surrendered, sold out, sheltered, hmm, not independent. Aham Bhakta Paradino, He Aswatantra Iva Dvija. Aswatantra, um, independent. Swatantra is independent, aswatantra not independent, dependent. Iva Dvija, Dvija o Brahmana. Okay, so I will ask Lucy again. Kindly read translation. Sadhu bir grasta hridayo. Sadhu bir, devotees. Grasta hridayo in their heart. Sadhu bir grasta hridayo. Bhaktir bhakta jana priya. Oh my gosh. Yeah, read translation. Just translation. Sadhu bhi hridaya grasto bhaktir bhakta janapriya. So Krishna is revealing here the real secret. Look, when we come to studying Bhagavatam, we'll see Durvasa Muni, a Brahmana. This is the first time in life. Someone who is coming to Krishna for shelter, and Krishna is not able to give him shelter. Uh, Krishna is helpless to give him shelter. Someone who has come to Krishna for seeking shelter, asking shelter. And who? A Brahmana. Krishna is he's Brahman Devai, right? Krishna we see is Brahman Devai. So Brahmana is coming and Krishna is not able to give shelter. And this is what we'll read now, what Krishna is saying in the translation. Lucy, whenever you're ready, read.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said to the Brahmana, I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the core of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee? Even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me.
Just read that again, even those. Just that from even those, huh?
Even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me.
That is Krishna. This is love. Even those who are devotees of my devotee. So someone who is a devotee of Krishna and a third person who finds a devotee of Krishna as a gentleman, say, uh, Krishna becomes very dear to him. Krishna takes him very dear, yes. The third person is also then becomes dear to Krishna. This is love, no? If I love someone, I love his faults as well. I love his habits as well. I love his mistakes. This is what Krishna loves us with our mistakes as well. Krishna loves us with our faults as well. So in Bhakti Yoga, in again we'll see another day, maybe 10 to 11, wherein uh, it says Srimad Bhagavatam, and one can see you practicing that in Bhakti Yoga, even if one is walking in wilderness, walking very fast with eyes closed, uh, still if one falls, he's rising only. There's no fall down as such. So Krishna loves us unconditionally. Means what? He loves me in my conditioned state as well. That is how Krishna loves me unconditionally. So even though I'm not so Krishna conscious in my current existence, yet Krishna loves me. Even though I'm with faults and my mind is all over the place, yet Krishna loves me. This is love. Is this not sweet? Does should this not break my heart? Huh? Should this not make me cry? Should this not arouse devotional sentiment in me? Should this not want me to call out Krishna's name? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah, this is love, where Krishna accepts me. So Krishna is not wanting me to become perfect. Krishna just if I can acknowledge that I'm not perfect, that would be the perfection. If I can just acknowledge I'm not perfect and I can never be perfect, Krishna, unless you bestow your mercy upon me. This is real yoga. This is real connection. This is real simplicity of the heart. Krishna consciousness is very simple. Very simple. So, as we read it in the translation, simple for the simple. Okay, let us see next. Text 39. Any questions or comments? So we see Bhagavad Gita text 39. Maybe Anuja can read the translation. वायुर्यमो अग्निर्वरुणः शशाङ्क प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेऽस्तु सहस्रकृत्व पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते. Anuja, read translation purport if you can. Shishikorantam Apusashiki Jai.
You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, and yet again. The Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of all the demigods, being all pervasive. Arjuna also addresses Krishna as the grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the first living creature in the universe. You are the air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, and yet again.
So, what is Krishna not? What is he not? He's everything. He's most good and the most bad as well. Yet his being most bad is also most good because Krishna is all absolute, all one-sided, and yet he is good and bad. See, this is Krishna, is it not? Huh? Krishna is all one-sided, all absolute good, and yet at the same time he is good and bad. But his being bad is also the best good. And we are very much duplicate. We are very much duplicate. We are two-sided. And the whole practice is for us to become one-sided. Currently, we are very lopsided. So this is the prayer that Krishna, my heart is very zigzag. Uh, And Krishna, you are Tribhanga Lalita Shyama. Uh, Brahma Samhita also we see Krishna's name. One of Krishna's name is Tribhanga. Bhanga is broken, means broken. Tri means three. So Krishna is broken, bended, three side bended, threefold bended, uh, from neck bended, from waist bended, bend, not bended, from waist bend is bent, from neck is bent, uh, and from his knees bent, the way he stands. Now we all should go to Vrindavan Dham, है ना? Bhauma Vrindavan, Vrindavan Dham, and we should take darshan of Shishi Gauranita, Shishi Krishna Balram, Shishi Radha Sham Sundar. And when we see Krishna standing there, na, we'll find how he's standing in Tribhanga Lalita Shama Rupam. So this is the prayers actually of the acharyas that you are bended, three bent folded, three side bended, and my heart is also completely zigzag, three side bended. Now imagine if something zigzag, another thing zigzag, and they come together. Huh? Something zigzag, another things also zigzag. There could be a bond, a connection, a loop. So Krishna kindly reside in my heart. Uh, we should not leave any scope for ourselves becoming Krishna conscious. Wherever possible, however possible, we should try to attract the mercy of Krishna. And this will come when I genuinely realize that I'm very fallen. When I genuinely realize that I'm treading on thin ice. When I genuinely realize that I'm not Krishna conscious, but I would like to become Krishna conscious. This is what, when I realize that I'm actually not a devotee, but yes, I would like to become a devotee. Then that third up, that desperation. Without desperation, there is no bhakti actually. Without enthusiasm, there is no bhakti. So we need that enthusiasm, we need that desperation, which will come about when I realize that how lost track am I and how beautiful Krishna is, and I would want to become Krishna conscious. Then every mercy will try to wherever. Imagine like if I want to, someone wants to get residency in the UK, say, someone wants to get a job in a company, someone wants to get something, and he knows the other person has this thing, and I value it so much, I would want. So by any means, he would want to keep calm, not show anger, be tolerant, be peaceful, and all everything, so that I can get that job, so that I can get the role, so that I can get entrance into that country. Likewise, we have to be flexible enough. We have to make ourselves available. We have to become instruments, and then life will be very blissful. And this is not in theory. This is what devotees have experienced, and this is the way. This is the way. Any thoughts, questions, or comments? Again, very helpful. You all are kind, gentle souls. Keep my life very easy. So, with your permission, I'm continuing a bit further, and we continue reading maybe a couple more. Nama Purustad Atha Pristataste. Maybe Harsha, if you can read this translation purport, 40 number, I think. Namostuste Sarvata Eva Sarva Ananta Virya Mita Vikramastvam Sarvam Samapnosi Tatosi Sarva. Text 40 translation purport. Harsha, if you can read that.
Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Out of loving ecstasy for Krishna, his friend Arjuna is offering his respects from all sides. He is accepting that he is the master of all potencies and all prowess and far superior to all the great warriors assembled on the battlefield. It is said in the Vishnu Purana 1.9.69, Yuyam tavagato deva samipam devata ganaha satvam eva jagata srashta yata sharva gato bhavana. Whoever comes before you, even if he is a demigod, is created by you, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything.
Isn't it sweet? See the language also, see the emotions, what emotions Arjuna is going through. So much of relish, such a beautiful, elevated language. And again, in this world, we struggle to glorify. We do not glorify. See, devotees, they do not leave an opportunity, shouldn't leave an opportunity to glorify the devotion in others. That is devotional service. To glorify the devotion, the surrender, the commitment, the loyalty, the purity, the chastity. And these words, do we hear about chastity, purity, loyalty in general societal dealings? Uh, Not so. So look, the emotions, such a thrill, pure adventure, pure excitement. What emotions Arjuna is going through. So if we just have faith and chant, if we have faith and chant, nothing should be then able to shake us up. Yasmin sthitena dukhena gurunapi vichalyate yam labdva chaparan labham manyate na adhikam tata. Bhagavad Gita 6:22, beautiful. Krishna says, upon gaining this, there is nothing more higher or greater to gain. And once established in the practice of Krishna consciousness, say, uh, in loving devotional service to Krishna, then one can never be shaken up, even if in the midst of greatest difficulty. So these are not just like some creation of the mind, some thoughts random here and there and made up in good poetry. No, this is to be realized. I'm not there yet, Krishna conscious. I have not become Krishna conscious yet. But we all have that potential. We all have that caliber. So we all should put faith in ourselves. We all should respect ourselves. You know? We all should march forward, go forward in that. Now, Arjuna, what he's seeing and what he's experiencing, see, obeisance to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. Uh, Seeing this is what na Krishna practicing Krishna consciousness, Krishna will make us completely mad altogether. Arjuna is getting like so transcendentally mad. This emotion is something which we should aspire, and this is what we are made for. This is what exactly what we are made for. Made for. Maybe let us read one more last for today, and then I will give you peace for today. So 42, 43, 41, 42. And Lucy, if you would be okay to read translation and purport. सखेति मत्वा प्रसभ्यं यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानं तवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन लिवापि यच्चावहसार्थम् असत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासन भोजनेषु एकोऽथवापि अच्युत तत्समक्षं तत्क्षमाये त्वाम् अहम् अप्रमेयम्.
Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offences. Although Krishna is manifested before Arjuna in his universal form, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna and is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for the many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formerly he did not know that Krishna could assume such a universal form. Although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend, Arjuna did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, "O my friend," "O Krishna," "O Yadava," etc., without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten. As we can see from the behavior of Arjuna, although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone, and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, O invaluable one, please excuse me for all those offences.
What does jesting mean?
What does what
Harshapala,
mean?
jesting.
Jesting, like joking around, like
Hmm.
taking the mic.
Yeah. This is a, I suppose, a British expression, or certainly, I mean, okay. So jesting, yeah, to make fun of, right? To mockery or make fun of, or to joke with someone. So that is Krishna and Arjuna. They were same age. uh, They were same age. They were cousins, and they were best of the friends. So they used to sport together, play together, drink, eat, sleep together, uh, share room together, and everything. Mm. And Krishna is saying, thinking of you, Arjuna is saying, I've rashly addressed you as O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend. Because see, seeing universal form, God to see great, seeing like again that volcano. Huh? See how you find this. I find it very useful. That volcano, spark, and a candle. Where does our natural attraction go? What do we find more soothing, calming? Where do we find our love? In a volcano, in a candle, or in a spark? Huh? We can check. So, volcano is like all pervading Brahma, spark like the localized aspect Paramatma, and candlelight is Krishna, two-handed Sham Sundar form. So, Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I didn't think that you would be this sort of god, or you have this up your sleeve, or you will appear like this, so jokingly I called you, hey Krishna, oh Krishna, huh? Like this. Now am I addressing God like this, hey Krishna, oh Krishna? This is when we have an understanding of God, like very much with wonder and awe and reverence. Mm, like as if like joking with the Prince Charles or king or queen, someone like that. It may happen, right? Sometimes there this thing, Lucy, you know, there these shows, America and maybe in the Europe as well. Undercover Boss is one. I think that's the name, Undercover Boss, and something similar, wherein the concept is the boss of a company, a big organization. He goes undercover as a staff in his organization itself, as a junior mid-level staff, and he works there. Just he tries to pick up the vibes of how the employee satisfaction is, how customer satisfaction, how things and all, and what do. So he picks up those vibes and facts and things. And kings also used to do previously, right? They would go incognito. So in this, like boss goes as incognito, and he works um, with the colleagues, and after spending a week or two or month, he then reveals to the colleagues. He calls them in his office, in his chamber, and he calls them, and they see his real face. Of course, when he goes incognito, he goes with makeup, and also that no one knows him. So later on, when he calls them in his chamber for a meeting, so they say him real face, and they think, I've heard you somewhere before. You look like someone I resemble. I've seen you probably before. Then they say, yes, you know, that John or Pete or whosoever like came as a volunteer or to work for 3 months intern, or I was that, and this is me. I'm actually the boss of this company. And then he reveals all the things. So look at the emotion the of the staff. They would be like, maybe some go in tears, some like, oh my gosh, I don't know, you are the boss, I said something rude to you that day. I told you that you would get fired, or I will fire you. So I was rude to you, or I said this and that. So similar, what Arjuna is like, oh my god, Krishna, I didn't know you were God, and I called you Krishna, I called you Yadava, I called you hey Sakha, hey friend, I joked with you, I played pranks on you, I ridiculed you, I humored you, and like that. So Arjuna, when he's so much in awe and reverence, Now he's thinking, oh, I done wrong, I done wrong. Please forgive me. Please excuse me. So this is where love, it is love only which can transcend all limits. And we do not want to hold back. None of us. In doesn't mean love doesn't mean transcending limits means one can insult someone. No. There's no ego, there's no place for ego. Na? Prem gali ati sankadi. Tame dui na samay. Yeah, means the path of Krishna consciousness devotional service is very narrow. As we go further on, it has to become very narrow. And in love, there is no room for two. In the sense, there is no room for two separate egos, separate vision, separate desire, separate interest. No. So when in this is why like love transcends all emotions, but again doesn't mean that in love transcending emotions then I can be rude, I can be offending, I can be hurting, I can be insulting. No, none of this. I can be disrespectful, okay, but only to bring joy to Krishna. The Brijvasis, they used to chastise Krishna, call him by ill names, Kanhaiya, things. Again, it is purity, it is that love. Krishna says na, in Vedic literature, Krishna says he doesn't like much of the stutis, the hymns, the praises, the verse, the carols, the songs of praise, as he likes when Brajva says his the one who Krishna is attached to calls him by some local name. When they chastise him, hey Krishna, come play, or many other things when they play with him, chastise him. Do this for us. Bring my chair or bring my coat, bring my slippers. Do this for me. If you do only, then I will give you candy. Otherwise, not. Or otherwise, leave my home. Go from it. Things like that. This can be done only in love. So this may apparently seem disrespectful, but the emotion, the background, the foundation is all to bring ever more higher and higher joy to Krishna. Krishna is lacking for this sort of love. And devotees, they understand, pure devotees, Brajvasis, they understand what is Krishna missing out and they want to give him more and more of that. That is Krishna consciousness. And Krishna also understands what my devotees wants and he gives them more and more of that. है. So eh, Arjuna here, out of so much of this respect for Krishna and over, suddenly seeing a universal form and like, oh my God, Krishna, I thought you were my friend and this, but you're showing this like, and again Arjuna is calling Krishna as Achyuta, infallible, means one who cannot fall down from his position. So even he is universal, Krishna being all capable, he would still be in his two-handed form and share that loving friendship and relationship with Arjuna. So in love we are allowed to make mistakes. It is fine. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to be not okay in the practice of Krishna consciousness. And especially in Kali Yuga, this is a big mantra. It is okay to be not okay. But then to not do anything about it is not okay. It is okay to be not okay, but then to just let it be. That is not the solution. Hmm? This is why so many places Krishna is telling Arjuna in this chapter only we read, right? 33 number. Krishna is telling Arjuna, get up, fight, and win glory. You understand you are not okay, but just do not leave it there. So we get up, fight, and win glory. So now Arjuna is like, sorry, I have offended you. Yeah. The sorry and offense, when there is some formality, it comes about. So Krishna in Vishnu form, there is some distance. But Arjuna has attachment for Krishna in Krishna form, in his own original form, which is out of pure love and in which there is no distance, which we will see further on. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Okay, on this note, maybe I'll give you peace here. We'll leave it here for today. We'll continue tomorrow from text 43. Thank you very much for your participation and encouragement. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.